Hawkeye Arena in Wrestletown, USA. I can't wait for 125 and 130. Make it 7-0 in dual meets for Lillidahl. These two...
I like Luke Lillidahl. I expect he's in this match.
And we know at Lillidahl, he comes out quick. And these guys, Jim, wasting no time.
Head and arm in the Merkel position, and what a beautiful counter to that. It basically flipped himself and might have caught an injury to Peterson.
Luke Lillidahl, the Big Ten champion, beat Caleb Smith of Nebraska to claim that title. His only loss to his teammate, Nathan Desmond, in the finals of the Black Knight Invite 5-3. That is an unofficial loss. Peterson heavy on the head. What are you looking for, Jim, in the first period?
Well, I tell you what, I'm looking for Peterson to go back and do what he did here in that last sequence there, to go ahead, and if he gets an advantage tie, like a heavy collar tie, or right here he's working with an overhook, kind of to take territory, right? I know Lillidahl, very skilled, likes to be able to run and snap you down and kind of fake shots and run to a corner, so to speak. He wants to close the gap. Peterson wants to close the gap on Lillidahl and then maybe sneak a shot below the knee to get that takedown.
They wrestled on January 24th. It was a 4-1 score. Peterson got the match's only takedown.
Work the score.
Lillidahl saying it's not necessarily him trying to get one back or get some revenge, just wants to get better and enjoys this crowd. Here's Lillidahl, Jim, with a good attack.
Yeah, he's got a beautiful little shot right there. Now a roll through. He kind of forced that roll through, and Lillidahl just basically stayed calm in that position on his knees and was able to cover and get the points.
3-0 for Luke Lillidahl as we near the midway point in this first period. Lillidahl last season 26-3, was the #1 seed at the national tournaments after winning that Big Ten title. And here's Lillidahl scoring the first takedown.
Yeah, he gets to the leg right there, far ankle pick, runs back to the single leg there, but just holds his own position there. And Peterson is the one that really didn't really have that roll through set up very well. Lillidahl keeping his balance and able to cover and score.
Switch position there for Peterson. And it's a one-point match.
Nice answering work there. Beautiful job by Lillidahl to basically come back up and turn right back into him and get the quick escape. So, nice shot there. Peterson bringing everything he has to these shots.
Good Wizard defense there by the Nittany Lion. This has been a scrappy 2 minutes, Jim.
Absolutely here. You got to like the way Peterson went after that last shot. When he got to the leg there, immediately went around the leg. Here's a beautiful switch position right there. He's able to get it and collect it. They have learned a little bit something there. You come around the waist there. Lillidahl brought the whizzer in.
Another shot there by the Hawkeye Peterson. 4-2.
Look at the discipline by Lillidahl there.
When you talk about the discipline, explain that.
Yeah, what it means is, we'll see how he's slowly moving into his opponent right there. Now little shot fakes right there. Get him moving. Little jab step. Getting Peterson to react to him. The problem is that Peterson is locking up Lillidahl's right arm. Right, that right arm right there. He's going to go to that wrist quite a bit. Lock up the fingers.
Short time in the first.
It's a way to slow your opponent down, like right here. Claps fingers right there. That's a position that Peterson's really comfortable with. He can get a little bit below here.
An exciting first period. The Nittany Lion up 4-2. As I mentioned, these two met last January 24th inside Jersey Mike's Arena. The only takedown in the match for Dean Peterson as he knocked off Lillidahl 4-1. One of 3 losses on the season for Lightning Luke. And giving some love to that Penn State bench. So Peterson will go on bottom. Here to begin this second period. Again, had a nice switch to get on the board with a reversal. Thigh prise off the whistle. There's that switch again. Looking to kick away. Lillidahl stays with him. And now there's an escape 4-3.
I really like how Peterson was really committed to that position here. Got up to his feet, hit that switch again. I think you're going to see Peterson get on that offensive right there. You saw it right there in the replay where he was able to score the dual meet last year. He just shoots, and that's kind of a setup to his finish, okay? He just shoots, not really caring about what he gets to. If he gets to the leg.
Oh, nice shot at all. He shoves a single leg.
Yep, he's in great position to crack him down right here. This is good work. Peterson able to lock in the crotch. That's an advantage here for him.
Control.
Try to shelf that left leg of Peterson a little bit higher on your right thigh. Lillidahl, you don't want to bring your butt up too high. You might get rolled through. Right there, that's a high
what he did.
Rear end right there.
Makes an adjustment, though. Now Lillidahl's got his hands locked, secures the double leg takedown. His second takedown. One in each period. He leads it 7-3. What was impressive, Jim, there with his patience?
Yeah, I was patient in there, and he was able to crack him down, got a little bit of a distance there, and he's basically reacting really well to Peterson's defense. Both takedowns here showed a lot of patience, like you mentioned, quick escape. This is an important situation for Peterson now.
Luke Lillidahl, the first United States male to win a U17, U20, and U23 world title. Originally from Missouri.
Action on the edge.
Peterson from Barnegat, New Jersey. Was at Rutgers for 4 seasons, where he was a 3-time national qualifier. Lost in the blood round in both 2023 and last March in Philadelphia. And here is that second takedown of the match for Lightning Luke.
Yeah, Luke, left-handed high crotch, able to switch off to a double right there, and then just basically, clasping his hands right there underneath the cheeks and then turning him down to the leg he has control. A little blood time.
Blood on Lillidahl. Cale Sanderson, since coming to State College, has led the Nittany Lions to 12 national team titles. They've been all 4-peats. Of course, they've won 78 straight consecutive dual meets. Not a bad winning percentage there, Jim. They've done some winning.
One of the best ever.
Of course, 159-0, the 4-time national champion at Iowa State, the only Division I wrestler in history to go undefeated. Olympic gold medalist.
One red neutral.
Quick escape for Lillidahl as the Nittany Lion is up by 4, early third period. If you are Peterson, Jim, how to get yourself back into this match on your offense, on your feet?
Well, you got to do it on your terms. You saw where he was able to go ahead and go really commit hard with an underhook. He hasn't been able to get back to that underhook yet. All right, inside collar tie, now a sweep single. And these are the types of positions that he's got an underhook he wants. He moved off of it. Be aggressive, make this a battle, make this a war, but the experience of Lillidahl, he knows how to basically keep the position on the edge, and he ends up back in a shot again, holding perfect balance on the shot and able to get to the far toe. See, he's got the far toe hooked up there.
Looking for his third takedown.
Get it here.
Lillidahl has it.
Yeah, what was key about that was the shelving of the leg, all right, after he had the toe.
And now a situation here, Jim, riding time at 48 seconds for Lillidahl.
Green, get set facing me. We're going to start the same way. Here we go.
One in each period for Lillidahl, an All-American last March.
Good. You're on.
Won 4 straight after losing to Sheldon Seymour in the quarters. Pinned Matt Ramos for 3rd. Penn State, 8 of their starters ranked in the top 4. There's a roll for Peterson.
One green, neutral.
11-5, so now Lillidahl will need another takedown if he wants to get that major decision. He has 2 already this season.
He's been excellent on the edge right here. A lot of guys, when they get to the edge, you notice how he circles back in, he gets to his shot, down blocking right there, and right back in on a counter shot. He's got an excellent opportunity to score again. Peterson got that shin wizard, but notice how he's shelving one more time, getting that on the thigh.
Down to 25 seconds.
Not much real estate here.
Luke Lillidahl, the true sophomore, comes into Carver Hawkeye Arena and picks up his 10th win of the season. 3 takedowns for Lillidahl. 11-5, the Nittany Lions strike first with Lillidahl at 125.
Surgical, it really was. Able to take the early onslaughts that Peterson had with his bull rushing in there, just driving him across the mat, but able to get to good techniques on the edge of the mat and finish.
An anticipated matchup at 133 pounds. Marcus Blaze, the true freshman, 11-0, all bonus point victories against Drake Ayala, two-time All-American, two-time national finalist. Ayala ranked 8th in the country. 133 pounds, a loaded weight class. Ayala comes in at 4-4. He has lost 3 of 4. And just for the second time in his career has suffered back-to-back defeats. He'll look to get back on track, and we know he's capable.
Yeah, he's always capable. He's a two-time NCAA finalist. The problem that you have with wrestling Marcus Blaze is that he doesn't come out of that stance. Look how low he is and keeps perfect balance. And a lot of times when guys try to meet Drake Ayala with a low stance, they'll be pushing into him, and he has a beautiful little slide by. It's really been his go-to move where he scored big points. But this is not a guy you can do that to. Right, because he never leans on you, right? Just totally keeps his balance in every position. Right, see that little snap down? A lot of guys would stumble forward into that or maybe go down to a knee. Not this guy. He's got his chest over his knees. His perfect balance. I mean, it's simple, but it's beautiful.
Drake Ayala from Fort Dodge, Iowa, 3-time Iowa State champ. Blaze, a 4-time Ohio State champ. He was 196-2 at Perrysburg.
Look at that. Flying around, front headlock there.
Front headlock here for Blaze. Ayala's done a nice job staying square against the Nittany Lion.
Got that right. He did a wonderful job there. His head was on the mat there. Ended up staying square with him. That's difficult to do.
Marcus Blaze, a 3-time world medalist, U17 and U20 world champion. He was 3rd at the Olympic trials in 2024 as a high school junior. Made the U23 World Championships, did not place this past October in Serbia, but one of the bright young stars in all of college wrestling.
No question about it. You know, he comes in here with a lot of experience. I've just really been impressed with him. You know, and maybe matches that are not, you know, he's not doing anything flashy right away, but his defense is just his head-hands defense, and it's not just getting tied up ear to ear. You'll never see that here from Marcus Blaze. He's just corners. And pretty soon you see where a guy comes out of their stance, he's in on a shot.
Drake Ayala fell to Lucas Bird in the Big Ten title match last March, and then fell to Bird once again.
Work from there.
In the NCAA championship final, but he's had a phenomenal career. 21 more wins a season ago. National qualifier as a true freshman back in 2022. Drake Ayala has done a whole lot of winning in that black singlet. We are scoreless. 35 to go in this first period. Hawkeye fans get behind Drake Ayala.
These guys never get ear to ear, right? Blaze just does not allow himself into that position, but he still finds a way to get good head snaps in. Both guys working to get the inside collar tie right there. If they don't have it on one side, they'll bring the inside collar tie to the other side.
Scoreless first period. Just battling tonight on Big Ten Plus.
That's on me. That's on me.
Blaze goes on bottom.
I lost the whistle.
This second
slow it down
period.
a little bit, all right? I got to slow it down. Here we go. Wait. All right, get on. Yep.
Ayala falling to Zan Fugit of Wisconsin, 6-5 last week.
Improve.
Blaze works to his feet. Ayala committed to the ride, picks that right ankle, drives forward, stays behind the Nittany Lion, and now a mat return on the edge. An attempted mat return, but 15 seconds of riding time.
Yeah, I think you got to test the freshman in this situation. You got to try to keep him down.
Good cover.
I saw earlier, I think that, covering the fingers right now.
Improve. One. We're up.
Riding time approaching 30 seconds.
And sometimes when you get your rear end back into a guy like that, Shane, it's the best thing is not to look for the switches. Let's look for a shoulder roll right now if you're Blaze. But
one red neutral
gets able to cover the fingers and gets out. So that was an important sequence here for Blaze.
The only other time that Drake Ayala has lost back-to-back matches was back in 2022. He lost to Patrick McKee on the backside of the Big Tens. And in the first round to Fabian Gutierrez of Chattanooga at the national tournament.
There's a stall warning there because of the shot where Ayala basically backed right out of him.
Inside of a minute, here's a deep shot from Marcus Blaze. Center of the mat, he's in great position with the treetop single leg. Goes for the back trip. Good balance here from Ayala. The Hawkeye defends.
Slowly moving around to the hip. Now he'll drop below.
Nothing yet. 3 red right there.
He's in weight on the hands. He's been given the points. Yeah. That's just well done. This is the second Penn State wrestler that's taken his time on the finish. You notice on those trips where he had the leg up in the air, he wasn't high pointing the sweep. You know, a lot of times you get the guy moving, you can high point the sweep.
Get set.
But he just basically took that long arm of his and went around the high thigh there.
Bottom man set cover
points. Get weight on the hands.
So an escape and a takedown here for Blaze after Ayala was able to ride it for nearly 40 seconds. And critical here for Ayala to get one back.
Yeah, right here, particularly at the period. He gets it.
The Hawkeye on the board late in the second period.
And you don't want to wait here. With 20 seconds left, if you're either guy, take the offense that's available to you. Don't find yourself in hanging ties. There's still plenty of time to be able to score.
Beat him to it! Beat him to it!
133 pounds is a stacked weight class. Lucas Burt of Illinois, the reigning national champion, leads the way.
Same way.
Ben DeVino of Ohio State has been magnificent. Crookham back in the mix. Kyler Larkin of Arizona State. Ayala ranked 8th. This is going to be a whole lot of fun, Jim, in Cleveland in March.
No question. This is my favorite weight class, and this is the match I was most looking forward to here. Now the answer is escape. 4-2 score. And what we haven't seen yet is that Ayala basically committing to a shot, you know, getting a... You've got to beat yourself through that head-hands defense. Notice how close the hands are together. He's freely being able to come to the inside. Every time Ayala reaches, he comes to the inside on the other side. If he doesn't like it, he comes to the wrist. And just being able to lower his level. Again, those 3 inches that he's lower than Ayala make a big difference in this situation, trying to hold a lead.
Marcus's brother Joey is at Purdue, and as I say that, here's Ayala. A takedown would give him the lead, but Marcus Blaze crafty with the defense.
Yeah, just you know, any other person probably gets taken down in that situation because they lean a little bit more than what Blaze does. And what we've seen here from Lillidahl in the previous match, they know how to play the edge. Excellent. They're looking for their own offense in this situation. It's too early to shut down your offense. You got to take these scoring opportunities. And for Ayala, you really got to pick up the pace.
And you got to go now, Jim. I mean, you got 45 seconds. You can't wait till you got 20 seconds to start that sprint.
No stall warning yet.
And Blaze is doing a really good job. He's on that Hawkeye logo, center of the Resolite. Very good mat awareness, knows exactly where he's at as he shifts his butt back to the center. Now they're going to hit him with stalling.
In the center.
But he didn't go off the mat. That's probably the best thing that could have happened. Now he drops in on the leg. Right?
Down to 20 seconds.
On the edge. Circles back up. That's just excellent wrestling right there.
And tying up the left elbow of Ayala. Circles back in. High wrestling IQ, and Marcus Blaze comes into Carver Hawkeye Arena and knocks off Drake Ayala. Marcus Blaze now 12-0. That was a gritty, gutsy win. Injured and out for the season. So Braden Davis is the guy at 141 and looked good last week in an 18-7 major decision over Tyler Parkins of Rutgers. And Braden Davis, 5-0.
And so memorable was his first year in the lineup there at 125, Shane, where he'd go out there and get in that low stance, wide stance. He was a big 25-pounder at the time, working his way through it. I think he achieved the #1 seed in the country. And now,
first takedown for Nasir Bailey.
Yeah, and Nasir Bailey, one thing I know about him, he's good in the top position. He's got an excellent grip, right?
He's working on a cradle.
This is where the crowd's got to help him out a little bit.
He's got his hands locked on this cradle.
Looks like a little bit loose right now. He's got to be able to settle back if he wants to stay in the top position. He's got to totally commit to it right now. Slide that right knee underneath, and he could potentially get it.
Jim, he's got this locked. Got plenty of time with 1:45 to go in the first, and there Braden Davis.
You know, so many times we don't see guys get out of that. I remember in high school, junior high, you worked on getting out of the cradle probably 20 minutes, you know? So many guys go over with that, and that was just really well done. And once again, the Lion being patient, but he's still in the bottom position.
3-0 for Nasir Bailey.
Well, this is exactly what Bailey needed.
And riding time is over a minute. And Nasir Bailey scoring the first takedown for the Hawkeyes tonight.
Oh, yes, right there. You see how the little wrist grab right there? He cross wrist grabbed and walked right into that single leg there. Well done.
There is Iowa women's superstar Kennedy Blades.
Little pause.
All the stars come out when it's Iowa Penn State. Nasir Bailey in those 2 seasons at Little Rock, he was 52-9, both at 133. He's up to 141 as he pushes Davis away. It's a 3-1 score.
Yeah, he hits that sit out right there where he puts his hamstrings flat on the mat and then goes to peel hands.
Pair of 4-time state champions, Davis for Michigan and Bailey, Illinois.
You know, Shane, we saw Nasir Bailey at the Soldier Salute. He just didn't look like he was ready to go. He got beat in the semifinals after he had a kind of a lead.
That was against Isaiah Poe at the Soldier Salute.
Yeah. So, junior college wrestler at Iowa Central. So, you know, probably the best start he could possibly imagine here. Getting a little bit of riding time.
In the center.
Getting that first takedown.
20 seconds to go in this first period. Bailey with the takedown, riding time over a minute. The 2-time Pac-12 champion while at Little Rock. Davis posting on the right side. Tom Brands in his 20th season, leading the Hawkeyes 4 times. He's led Iowa to a team national title. 15 times they've placed top 4 at the national tournaments.
Green.
6 times Big Ten tournament champions.
Red, I'll call you.
They were 4th in 2025.
It's an interesting decision there. 1:10 of riding time. Braden Davis deferred.
Cover,
so
little pause, you're on
got
red.
an opportunity to probably at least cut the riding time right now. Good quick escape. And Braden's always been able to go ahead and be pretty tough in the top position. Hand fighting going on right there. No hip separation yet. So that riding time has been cut.
Bailey works to his feet. Davis brings him back down. Hook on the right side. Putting his left hand on his knee. This is behind the hips.
But this isn't anything that's really taxing Nasir Bailey right now. He's just doing a good job of keeping his, coming up to a slow stand up right there. He's going to hand fight when he gets up to his feet. And a mat return. So, you know, in a lot of ways, he's doing a good job of keeping his lead.
Been able to ride him for the first 46 seconds in the second period.
You've got to make a decision here. Are you going to stay with this for the next minute 14, or are you going to cut him and get an escape and try to go after my feet?
Davis was 17-7 last year, up at 133, was 4th at the Big Tens, up at 133 from 125 where he was previous. Was the 8th seed, placed 5th. He pinned Connor McGonigal of Virginia Tech to stand on the podium for the first time.
Got a collapsed left arm right there, Braden Davis does.
If you're Nasir Bailey, Jim, what's the key on bottom right now?
You can't no bad visuals here. You may get ridden out, but you can't lay on your belly.
And keep your head down. Nasir Bailey works up to build the base.
And what you want to do is really catch Braden Davis maybe committing to one side or the other and hit a switch off that, a changeover, maybe even pop to your feet. But you got to have a lot of effort right now, because the match looks like it's turned physically.
He's got Nasir Bailey flat on on his belly, a 2-on-1 on that left wrist.
Work the score points.
And he's got riding time over 20 seconds of his own after racing all of Bailey's riding time. That near wrist, the forward pressure, you mentioned it, Jim. The optics don't look good for the Hawkeye right now.
Right, he's got his head on his mat, on the mat right now. He's got to draw upon that explosiveness that he possesses. The referee allows him to go ahead and wrestle through the position. He did come to his feet at the end there.
Here we go. Get set.
These two wrestled
Wait for me.
last season. 1-0 Davis got the decision.
Good. Cover. You're on. Yep.
No first move right now there.
Braden Davis rides Bailey the entire second period. Still trails it by 2. He'll go on bottom.
Wait for me.
Dan and Kathy Gable. Legend.
Get set. Good. Cover.
Eating some Chick-fil-A.
One.
Nice job by Davis coming out. Hand fighting.
Great
right
hips.
One red
Breaks
neutral.
the hips. Breaks the grip right there on his own hips right there. And now he's got to be the one that does the stalking right now.
And I don't believe Bailey has been hit with stalling yet.
No.
And if you're Bailey, you don't want to back up.
Action in the center.
Bailey's got the only takedown.
Well, like we saw in the last couple of matches, you can back up, but when you get to that circle, you've got to circle back in and maybe get to a leg. That's no going off the mat, because that's what, again, what creates the bad visual. You got your rear end of the mat, you
Warning
go off.
green.
There's a
Warning
stall
green.
call. And there's still 1:16 remaining. There is a long, long way to go
Whistle
in
on
this
the
one.
edge. Work the score.
Another stall call would give us a tie match. Bailey got an early takedown in the first. Did a nice job of riding Davis in that first period.
Let's do it in the middle.
But here we go inside of a minute in this third. It's a 1-point match. Another shot by Davis.
For Davis, you got to put 2 or 3 committed shots together. And Nasir Bailey has been pretty effective with grabbing that left wrist of Braden Davis. If he can lock that wrist up there, that controls his destiny. If it stays free, Davis can get to a leg.
And now Bailey gets an underhook down to 25 seconds.
A lot of activity, but no really solid attacks.
And Nasir Bailey is behind him. Takedown here would ice the match, of course. There's a roll from Davis. They scramble in the final seconds. And the Hawkeyes are going to get their first victory tonight, 3-2. Bailey victorious over Davis.
Well, that's quite.
Last week he lost to Joe Zargo of Wisconsin in sudden victory and fell in the rankings from 7 down to 17. He's been a really good story this season for Iowa.
Yeah, he really has. He's improved and had a big win in the duel with Iowa State. Nice difference there, but I think he's got a great temperament. I think a guy that's kind of working himself into this now. He's got his hands full today, Shane, because this guy Shane Van Ness has been so impressive to me over his first 2 seasons. And what I always say about him is that it's unbelievable how close he gets to his opponents. He gets in their kitchen here. He's in the rice bowl, so to speak.
And right now, Ryder Block is in the rice bowl of Shane Van Ness on a single leg. He brings it down the line to the Resolite. It's 3-0. Good start.
Great start for the Hawkeye.
And he is really good on top with the mat returns.
Capable of doing it, but he doesn't stay with it. Didn't really have that position, but that's just firing it off, okay? There wasn't really anything there. Shane Van Ness gets really close to you. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's unbelievably close to you. Let's see how his head was in perfect position to take that shot. Look how his chest is sealed to those legs. It's amazing.
You're in control.
I mean, just drops his level a little bit. Never goes to his knees with it. It's just time after time after time he does that.
I just love the action. 140 first period. Both guys with a takedown. Block is going to
improve,
escape to make it 4-4. 8 points already on the scoreboard. Over-under position here for Ryder Block, the redshirt sophomore.
And Shane, this crowd will go nuts if Ryder Block can get back in on the leg.
And one thing we know, Jim, a lot of #1 ranked guys, returning national champions, taste defeat in this arena. This place does
they got
some weird things to guys.
They've got a verb for it now.
Carver. Shane Van Ness, a two-time All-American, a pair of third-place finishes. Third in 2023 and 2025. He was injured in 2024.
It doesn't look like very much, but watch the action. Watch it. Shane's elbow tie, collar tie, circle round. You know, looks like he's going to pass the elbow. No, he drops back out of it, gets you to fall down. He doesn't even have to come to a heavy collar tie. It's just done with motion. All right, slight turn of the upper body of your opponent. Right? Constantly walking himself into a better position to be able to drop and score.
Let's do it in the middle.
He's from Somerville, New Jersey, was a two-time prep national champion at Blair Academy before taking his talents to State College. 25 seconds. Action-packed first period.
Keep working to score.
The Nittany Lion getting his 4th fall against Rutgers last week. Short time. This would be huge for Ryder Block.
This is the length of Block will work in his favor, but coming around the waist, I just don't know. He's got that. We saw here before where the Lions were able to get to the far thigh instead of the waist. The waist invites the whistle.
Ryder Block with the first takedown of the match.
Great job here getting to it. All right, shelving that, you know, finishing on the inside of the leg. He switches the outside, catches it at the high point. The high point of Van Ness's jump.
Slow it up a little bit, okay?
And there's
Hawkeye crowd making some noise, but Van Ness came right back.
Came back with a shot of his own. Drops down here, steps up into great position here. Keeps his butt low all the way through that technique. Wrinkle in the back of his neck.
Ryder Block has battled injury since coming to Iowa City, but he's persevered. Positive attitude, high effort guy. Believes in himself.
He's going to be one of those guys you don't want to catch on Thursday, and you don't want to catch in the consolations either. You lose a tough match, you get a guy like that coming back, it's going to be, you can make it a war.
He suffered a couple of ACL tears. Last year he was at 141, limited action, as I mentioned, with the injuries.
Let's improve.
Won Fargo a couple of times, a 3-time state champion at Waverly Shell Rock. Won Fargo a couple of times. Right now, having a hard time getting out from underneath is Vanessa's riding time over 50.
It's over 50, and it looks like this is an underrated part of Van Ness's game. He can control guys for a long time, right? And he ends up doing a lot of chopping and wearing his guy down. He must be feeling something in here that knows that Block is struggling from this. Good job of changing to both sides, chopping down.
Riding time at 1:20 for the #1 ranked 149-pounder in the country. Has that wrist, keeps Block flat.
Let's work to score.
Really heavy hits over the top of him there. The elbows are out. That invites the wrist ride to come in. The bottom man gets called for stalling that position. Cross wrist ride. I love that action right there. To be able to control a man. Putting weight on it and then sliding down, just breaking the legs of the table. Every time the leg is propped up the table, it comes.
I've never heard that one. That is a first. Breaking the legs of the table. I like that.
Of the table.
And you're giving me flack for coffee grinder? Oh, come on, Jim.
I'm describing the situation, not calling it a moment. Right?
I like that. Breaking the legs of the table.
Right.
That's great.
Wait for me.
Well, you know, it's like when you're on base, you've got your hands down low, you've got your on your knees, your toes, and sometimes you come up to a pod, stand up like that.
I'm going to steal that one. I like that.
Oh, you steal everything.
One red neutral.
That would be true. Absolutely. I got a national champ at my disposal. Are you kidding me? Absolutely.
You're my guy.
Van Ness, 5-4. He's got that riding time over 2 minutes as we wrestle neutral early third. Both guys with a takedown.
Oh. Slider block, able to take advantage of the double over attempt there by Van Ness, and he improved it by getting around the waist. Can he go ahead and lift this up and throw? Oh,
what just happened?
Greg, you're in control.
Basically stepped into it. Now he's in a bottom leg Turk, right? A lot of trouble. Now he's in a bow and arrow, and this is tight.
2,
That
3,
bow and arrow
4.
reminds me of Max Dean and Jacob Warner back in 2022.
There's a technique that you can use to trap that if he reaches across his body right there. The adjustment is to put your chest over that
Keep it legal.
the tricep as he comes across and tries to roll out of it.
This is just punishing.
Yeah, this is... Gotta be careful. And Van Ness is going to try to put that toe right into that ear. Right there, elbow deep around it.
Just cranking away on a bow and arrow, Shane Van Ness.
He got out of it.
And with that, Van Ness will get 4 near fall. And he is in position now for the major decision as riding time is locked up. A takedown and a turn for 4 here for Van Ness. A third period charge from the Nittany Lion. Going to pick up his 10th bonus point victory and improve to 12-0 on the season. Ranked number 1 in the country. Van Ness, his skills on display here in Iowa City. A perfect 10-0. Jordan Williams ranked 12th in the country for the Hawkeyes. There's P.J. Duke out of Slate Hill, New York.
Hold on.
Jordan Williams 8-2 on the season. Spent his first 2 years at Oklahoma State.
Right,
reached the round of 16 in 2024 after a runner-up finish at the Big 12s, and last season was at Arkansas Little Rock. Won the Pac-12 title, was the OW of the tournaments. Lost in the blood round. And here he is in Iowa City. Won the Soldier Salute. Coming off a win against Luke Meckler of Wisconsin. He's won 6 straight for Iowa.
Clean hands.
And P.J. Duke, again, just a phenomenal young talent. And P.J. Duke able to get to the body of Williams. Gets behind. There's a roll from the Hawkeye. The scramble continues.
But notice how he kept his balance right there. Now he flops over right over the top to try to elevate the leg. Oh.
Too much pressure, but they're potentially dangerous.
Good.
P.J. Duke, what a 2025 year for P.J. Duke. In June, in Final X, he beat Yanni Diakomahalis to make the senior world team. In August, he won a U20 world title. Wrestled at Senior Worlds in September, didn't place in Croatia. And then in October was a U23 world bronze in Serbia. That is a ton of wrestling.
It's just amazing, and you know he's the whole package. Just his freshman season, coming in after you've already made the world team.
4-time New York State champ at Minisink Valley.
You know, when I've seen Duke wrestle, I've been really impressed. I mean, with his likes to do that left-handed underhook, but you can see the last couple times there, he's just taking it. He hasn't gone left, right? He's gone for the low ankle shot, right? So when you can attack different quadrants of the body like that, high left and then to go low right, all right, you really confuse your opponent right there. And it's just just like a good pitcher in baseball is going to show you a couple of fastballs and they're going to show you a slider away. They're going to, get something rotating into the batter. It's a lot to think about when you're out there and you're out scouting, and then, if you really have it and you really have your mojo going, you're just out there going ahead and attacking whatever you feel is right.
There's a shot from Williams.
At the leg scoop.
Whizzer from P.J. Duke.
As we've seen where the athletes are coming around the waist.
What should Williams do here to finish?
I'd say, yeah, that's a good start. Limp out of that, get out of that position. Now you got an opportunity to score. You're going to test the flexibility of Duke here.
Down to 40 seconds, reaching across that far hip.
He's not able to sit him back down, though, to the hip.
30 seconds.
Referee's going to stop it there at the stalemate.
23 seconds, scoreless in the first.
Good work, fellas. Good work. Here we go.
Jordan Williams, a three-time champ at Collinsville High School in Oklahoma, a runner-up as a senior at Owasso, won 3 Fargo titles.
I'd have to say this right now, Shane. We've seen good effort from the Hawkeyes so far. They've come out there with some good shots and not waiting for it.
Next week, it's a can't-miss Friday Night Wrestling triple header as Michigan State battles Joey Blaze at Purdue. Ohio State clashes with Minnesota, and these Hawkeyes lock up with Nebraska in Lincoln. Coverage begins with the wrestling pregame at 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app.
Good. Go ahead, cover. You're on.
A triple header, Jim. Friday nights in January, it just doesn't get any better. Friday night wrestling.
One green neutral.
Williams works to his feet, gets that quick escape inside of 5 seconds. Hawkeye puts a tally on the board and he takes the lead.
And it's one of those situations, Shane, you know, obviously these Iowa athletes have known what the score has been in this, and maybe haven't come out to this season and really put it all together here with effort and shots and scoring points. But I'll just say this, is that these first 5 matches anyway, I think they've really tried to come out. I saw Peterson come out and with a rush, saw the effort that Ayala was putting in. The big win there by Bailey. The takedown.
And Tom Brands, in some of his comments this week leading up to this duel, saying, you got to get after it. I mean, you can't just wait to see what happens. And I think he made a reference to checking how the wind is blowing. You better show up, toe the line, and make it go your way. Bring the effort, bring the heat, make it a fight.
Yeah, and that's what, you know, I would say this is that Jordan Williams has not stuck around on the track, so to speak. He's not waiting for that left-handed underhook to come. He's got good motion right now. When he's breaking free from the tie, he's moving, he's circling, right? Not circling away, but circling to get a better angle and get a better tie.
Let's work, fellas. Let's work.
It's buying him some time in this match.
Williams, 2 losses this season. Lost to Cannon Webster of Illinois at the national duels, 11-2. And then in the Iowa State duel, lost to Vinny Zerban, 11-3.
30 seconds.
But he's in a 1-point scrap here with 30 seconds to go in the second period. Nice shot there from P.J. Duke, and deep on a single leg. Now going to elevate. Roll from Williams.
1,001. We're out.
Neutral danger call.
Danger. 1,001.
Breaking that
1,002.
90-degree criteria.
Short time.
Final second period. Duke is able to scoop that near ankle. No takedown. It stays 1-0. And you look at that Penn State corner. They are going to challenge it as Cody Sanderson gives the brick to Nick Grasso. Of course, in dual meet wrestling, each team gets a challenge. If you are correct to get that brick back, if not, you are out of challenges for the remainder of the duel. However, officials at their discretion have the freedom to look at any video in any situation.
Yeah, I don't know if Cody Sanderson ended up talking him into looking at it on their own. So here's that overtie. This has just been a stickler of a position here for guys to try to be able to finish up. That last gasp effort by Jordan Williams there, that grip seems to be softening here a little bit. Now he goes over, but he doesn't, there's not a neutral danger call in that situation. Yeah, I don't know if referee Nick Grasso is going to change it, but the fact that he might have unlocked his grip around the leg, that may give him the points. And with neutral danger, the official identifies the color. In that case, it would have been neutral danger, identify the color, and then count to 3. So it's really about a 4 or 5 second count. But you see what happened there is he split his grip, all right? So, yeah. So he split his grip for a short second there, and I don't know if that will be called as control.
So the neutral danger count came out of criteria.
For further review, the call on the mat is upheld, no takedown. Red, it's your choice.
So it is upheld, no takedown.
Red's going bottom.
So we go to the third in a one-point match. Williams got a quick escape, Jim, in 4 seconds. We'll see how he plays it now in the top position.
Cover,
You might as well try to ride here in this situation. Caution on Williams.
You gotta give him some space. Your buddy right up against him, okay?
Yeah, this is one of those situations where, you know, like later on in this meet, the referee, Nick Rosso, basically wants you to slow down in these starting positions here. You've got to recognize that.
One red neutral.
As Dukes gets the quick escape.
So it is a 1-1, riding time and on factor.
So far, Williams has not been able to get on a shot of his own. We'll see what type of offense that he possesses. And I'm a big fan here with three-point takedown. Why wait? You know, you're only going to give up an escape anyway, so it's not like you're trying to hold on to escape in a reversal.
Keep it
doesn't do the other guy any good. So go out there and give it your best shot early in the period.
Penn State leading Iowa 10-3. There's a shot counter here from Duke, and P.J. Duke gets behind the hips and scores the three. The Nittany Lion out in front, 4-1.
Good job of down blocking. Measured that shot. I think Jordan Williams answered the call there, gave it his best shot, but Duke was right there waiting for him.
Keep it legal.
Duke controlling the wrists underneath.
Hey, keep it legal. Stop. Hey, none of that, all right?
Whistle
Either
with
put it on his
57
back
seconds.
or put it on his chest, okay? Here we go, get set.
Take a look at the space shot by Williams. It's just a shot. Once he got to the leg, he didn't really have, his laces were flat. If the laces are flat, right, you basically try to get a little bit better angle.
Same way.
And like we've seen here earlier at the meet, here, guys are trying to hit that roll too quickly when it's just not there. They just limp out and follow.
Cover, you're on.
Duke slides a leg in momentarily. Thigh pry as Williams works to his feet, and he grabs a leg, and he makes the turn and escapes. It's a takedown match with 40 ticks showing here in this third period. Duke has not been hit with stalling. P.J. Duke looking to remain undefeated, like his true freshman teammate Marcus Blaze, who knocked off Drake Ayala at 133.
Just really good hand-hands defense.
Down to 10 seconds. And on his first trip to Iowa City, P.J. Duke gets his arm raised at 157, 165 pounds. Familiar foes, to say the least. This is their 7th all-time meeting between Mitchell Messenbrink and Mikey Caliendo. Messenbrink is 6-0 against Caliendo. He's off to an 11-0 start. He's the reigning national champion. This is a rematch, Jim, of the national final, won by Messenbrink 8-2. But the Big Ten final was closer. That was 4-1 for the Nittany Lion.
Yeah, and the dual meet was just basically Mitchell Messenbrink going out there and enforcing his will. And you saw where Mikey Caliendo got a little tougher as the season went on. And I think,
clean.
You know, looking back at it, Messenbrink in on a shot. Here's what he does so well. Head between the legs, able to go ahead and get a little elevation.
Easy.
He'll root back into that position. Great position to be able to finish it off right there. Can he clear his right ankle? Caliendo's got a hold of it there. These guys are so good at this.
3 red.
And the takedown is awarded. Messenbrink leads it 30 seconds in.
We're up.
Messenbrink, a 2-time Big Ten champion, trying to suck him back. And nearly put the hawk on his back.
Nice job there catching Caliendo, getting a little bit extended. Now an intentional release by Messenbrink. That was just classic Mitchell Messenbrink. The shoot ends up with his head between the legs.
Up,
and does a good job finishing there. Anybody in the country.
Mitchell Messenbrink, a two-time Big Ten champion, two-time national finalist, fell to David Carr, 9-8 of Iowa State in the final in 2024. Undefeated last season, 27-0 after that win over Caliendo to pick up his first national championship. Nice ankle pick there from Caliendo, but Messenbrink keeps it 3-1.
Good job of stepping over that, you know. That's just a feel that you have from going out there and wrestling hard, out there being imaginative. Somebody ankle picks you, you don't go to your butt, you just step over his head.
Messenbrink 11-0, 6 falls, 4 techs, and a major decision.
Work through it. Let's work through it.
He's a rat on a Cheeto.
Good.
Midway through this first period, 3-1 score. Caliendo trying to solve this puzzle, trying to figure out the code of Mitchell Messenbrink.
Really difficult to do, but one of the things he's gotten better at is being able to control the ties, being able to measure the shots at Messenbrink. Messenbrink will take a lot of shots, and some of them are, you know, from space. And what I appreciate about Messenbrink, if he doesn't think he can finish real quickly, he'll back out of it, right? He'll try to get to a neutral position. Right here, he's in a great position to be able to score.
Caliendo gets his hips back.
Easy.
As Messenbrink feeling the weight on his back.
If he doesn't like the position, he'll get that quick stalemate. And
Clean hands,
look at
fellas, clean.
Messenbrink's matches. They're not just, you know, there are a lot of situations like this. If he gets in their leg, he'll finish it real quickly. If not, he finds a way to get back to neutral real quickly. Doesn't get bogged down in these head-hands defense situations or front headlock positions.
30 to go in this first period. Mikey Caliendo, a 3-time All-American. Messenbrink wasting no time. High attack rate, looking for a second takedown as they scramble, and
Great
no
work.
points.
Great work. Great competitive spirit there by Caliendo.
Caliendo 9-1 in the season. There is a stall call on Caliendo. Talk about Messenbrink scoring points. Caliendo scores a boatload of points as well. 7 bonus point victories. His 3rd season in Iowa City, began his career at North Dakota State, where he was an All-American for the Bison.
Where are we gonna go? Green's going bottom.
Caliendo goes on bottom.
3, Caliendo 1.
Caliendo 61-10 in a Hawkeye singlet.
Yep.
4th in 2024 for Iowa, before that runner-up finish last March in Philly. Caliendo works to his feet, and
green neutral.
good work. 1-point match. Five of Caliendo's last 6 losses are to Mitchell Messenbrink, the other to Keegan O'Toole. A couple of guys from Heartland, Wisconsin, who wrestled at Arrowhead.
Offense.
Same school as Ben and Max Askren. I'm sure Ben's watching tonight as he continues to recover. It's been 6 months. Great to see his improvements with each passing day.
Another dive-in shot there by Messenbrink. He just did not unafraid to put his shoulders in those positions, diving straight ahead. Good, strong set of shoulders. A lot of guys have shoulder issues for the rest of their life when they're diving in on shots like that. But he is unafraid. He feels that he's going to go in on the offense. Puts his head extremely low. Let's see how low his head was on that. He brings his face right to the ankle that he's picking.
45 seconds, second period. Messenbrink a takedown. Caliendo a pair of escapes. 1 versus 3 in the rankings. Caliendo's lone loss was to D. Lockett of Oklahoma State, 7-3. That was at the national duels. The Cowboys scored late to steal the W from Caliendo's grasp. How can Caliendo get to the legs?
Got to be able to not give up the takedown there, but gosh, with short time, you see a lot of guys, you know, give up on scoring opportunities, and right there, Messenbrink did it again. He's able to get to an ankle.
Inside of 15 seconds, his second takedown in short time finishes the period on top, 6-2.
Yeah, take a look at this ankle pick to the right leg right there. Actually, it's kind of a little head to the outside shot there, but what he does, he gets it elbow deep and just starts running and driving right there. Elevates that ankle as high as he can get it and runs him over.
Mitchell Messenbrink,
cover,
a two-time
little pause.
U20 World finalist, won the U20 World title in 2023, began his career at Cal Baptist, was 2-0 with a pair of pins in dual meets for Cal Baptist.
One red
Unfortunately,
neutral,
Cal
we're
Baptist
neutral.
getting the program dropped. That news announced recently.
Watch Messenbrink here, just these herky's the mascot of Iowa, but these jerky motions right there, unafraid to go ahead and put his head on the mat, totally committed to getting to a leg because he's one of the best finishers in the country.
And you said it, Jim. He's fearless. He just wants to scrap. He appreciates wrestling.
Arm drag attempt there, getting an attempt to the other side of the body. You asked before, what can Caliendo do? All right. This is where the point, like in the practices, where you get this tired and you get a stop for a second, drill for 20 minutes, right? That's he's got to fire off these type of attempts. If you notice, he's getting down blocked in every situation.
60 seconds left. Mitchell Messenbrink, 11-0, all bonus point victories. Can he get another one tonight in Iowa City? He's got 45 seconds to work. Caliendo collar tie. Fake for Messenbrink, dives. Space, but into the hips.
The key word there is dives.
Wrestle there.
He's so confident in his ability to go ahead and get to a neutral position. When you know you can shoot on guys and not give up takedowns,
Stalling
huge confidence level. And look at the pace you're able to keep if you know you can get back to neutral.
Stall call on Caliendo to second, makes it 8-2 inside of 10 seconds. Here's Messenbrink on a single leg, trying to hunt down the major decision. Casts his right arm across and gets the three with 2 seconds left. Mitchell Messenbrink, his 12th win of the season, his second major decision, all bonus point victories. He got it late. Once again, Jimmy just finds a way.
Late in the period scores. All pace. Pace is more important to score for Mitchell Messenbrink. Look at him dive with that, follow it up, elbow deep, switches the other direction there. His confidence in that position to be able to finish is unreal. His ability to keep a pace, his ability to put himself in jeopardy, not worry about getting scored on, but not getting scored on as a result of his confidence in that position, just gives him a huge advantage.
174 pounds, another #1 for the Nittany Lions. It's Levi Haynes, 3-time Big Ten champion, the 3-time All-American. From Arntsville, Pennsylvania, wrestled at Biglerville High School, and Gabe Arnold gets the call tonight, Jim, at 174. No, Patrick Kennedy, the All-American for the Hawkeyes. Gabe Arnold, 10-1, 3-0 in duels. Georgia native, was a 2-time national prep champ at Wyoming Seminary. Came to Iowa City High, won a state title in 2023. Began at 184 this season, wrestled a couple of duels at 197, went 2-0. 174 at the Soldier Salute, fell to Danny Wask 4-1 in sudden victory. So he's kind of been the great utility guy for Iowa this season.
Spanned 3 weight classes, and he wrestles at 97. He's still got to make the 84-pound weight class. So, I saw improvement at the Soldier Salute from Gabe Arnold. Didn't win the finals match right there, but I saw an increased attack level, picked up his pace. He's no longer just waiting to get these matches at the end, 1-1 matches where you score. But hey, a 1-1 match with Levi Haynes would be pretty good at any point. And Haynes, what more can you say about this guy? He's just, I think he's a great finisher. Not going to have as many attacks as you saw from Messenbrink, but right here, just perfect technique, just sealing it off. Watch what he does with his right hand here. Right now.
No control.
He likes to come across high in the thigh.
No control.
Right there.
Haynes looking for the first takedown of the match.
Right.
No control.
Come across. slowly, basically waiting.
3 red.
Right?
Red, you're in control. You
Anticipating
red.
the roll through.
One.
I mean, sometimes you just got to slow down your breathing, Shane. You ever notice that when you tried to calm down?
I've gotten a lot calmer over the years, Jim. You got to give me that.
Yeah,
You haven't had to give me the signal to bring it down for a while. I think I've had about 11 consecutive duel meets where I have not seen you tell me to calm it down. I've been okay. 50 seconds first period. But you're right, they are so patient. There is Patrick Kennedy, Iowa All-American.
Good job. Get set facing me.
Casson Manorville, Minnesota. High school where he won 4 state titles.
Get there. Green.
Levi Haynes in his second season up at 174. Last season, he beat Patrick Kennedy 11-3 to take third.
Just give me a little more.
Haynes in 2024
All right, get set. Wait.
was down at 157.
Mike, we're good. Hold on.
Beat Corey Teemer to claim the title.
On me.
And made the finals in 2023. Lost to North Carolina's Austin O'Connor. So a lot of big matches for Levi Haynes.
Tell him we're getting the clock set. Go ahead.
Waiting for the get the clock set before they go on. So just one caution. And Arnold, he comes up to his feet right here. Potential mat return, covers the fingers, gets to escape.
3-1 score. Arnold, a national qualifier last year for Iowa at 184 after a 5th place finish at the Big Ten Championships.
Stay off the throat.
Inside of 15 seconds in this opening frame. Penn State leading Iowa 17-3. And we'll take this score to the second period.
Red. We're going top, bottom, neutral to first. We're going to go down. Red's going bottom. You got one caution, all right? Let's slow it up a little bit.
Goes underneath.
Wait for me, Green. Bottom man set. Cover. You're on.
Pretty impressive, Jim. He's at 157. Has great success. Up to 174. Didn't miss a beat.
Yeah, I think this is a better weight class for him. Of course, he can get in, since he's such a great finisher of his techniques there, you get in more against the bigger guys, and I think he's been able to handle that. You know, getting out from underneath hasn't really been a problem, but again, like what we've seen before, you know, we'll keep that low stance in good position. And you notice when he gets snapped down, he posts the hand on the mat. A lot of times you've seen that a lot here this meet so far, where the Penn State wrestlers are down blocking. See that right hand go down to the mat? So they're not allowing their head to go down. Their hands will come off of the tie that they have. They don't stay locked on there. They bring it off of the opponent and put the hands on the mat, and it allows them to keep the elevation and be in a really good position to get a counter shot off of their own.
The 2023 Big Ten Freshman of the Year up 4-1. Just over a minute to go in the second period. Friday Night Wrestling.
Action.
After this dual meet, we will send you to Minneapolis for Minnesota and Nebraska in another top 10 matchup. Zach Mackey and Tim Johnson on the call tonight. 30 seconds. Matchup coming up at 184 pounds. A top 5 matchup with a pair of undefeateds. Angelo Ferrari ranked number 1. There's Angelo Ferrari. Being tested tonight against Rocco Welsh. Rocco Welsh, a national finalist 2 years ago for Ohio State, down at 174. You talk about a couple of dudes, Jim.
Yeah.
Couple of dudes right there.
Good. Cover, you're on. Yep. 1.
That's what you like about when you're moving up to these higher weight classes. You run into a few more dudes. Right?
Absolutely. Couple of alpha dogs with
Green
Ferrari
initiated
and
action.
Welsh.
Green initiated that action below the waist. One neutral.
An escape by Arnold, his second in the match, 4-2. But if Gabe's going to win this match, Jim, he's got to find a way to score.
Yeah, he hasn't really been able to get any of his offense on. I mean, he's a guy who will lean on you quite a bit, but we haven't really seen him just, try to go ahead and drop and drive and, commit to it. We've seen some of that before from the Hawkeye wrestlers where they've just gone ahead and taken a shot, all right, to open things up. Williams did it at the end of his match. Gave up the takedown, of course, but you can't sit out there and be target practice.
Shot from Haynes. A good shot recovery there by the Nittany Lions.
Let's work to score.
About 45 seconds left in the match. You get below 30, there's no incentive to Lehigh Haynes to take any bad shots, so he's just going to stay in the middle of the logo.
Keep it clean.
Collar tie left side, there's a shot, but right into that defense of Haynes.
Keeps himself right in the middle. And Arnold is not really accustomed to basically going and chasing in this position. As a result, he doesn't have any offense on it. The shots from space, which are pretty easy to follow.
And Levi Haynes remains undefeated as he picks up his 12th win of the season. 4-2, Haynes over Arnold. And the Nittany Lions extend their lead over Iowa, now up 20-3 on the Hawkeyes. Got to know somebody.
Yeah, you do.
Great seats. Phenomenal fans here in Iowa City. All right, here we go. Top 5 matchup. They are both undefeated. Rocco Welsh and Angelo Ferrari locking horns here at 184. Ferrari wrestled in this dual meet last year inside Bryce Jordan Center, fell to Carter Starachi, was not taken down by the eventual 5-time national champ. Rocco Welsh, his first year in State College, coming from Columbus, where he was a national finalist against Starachi at 174 2 years ago. There you see the dual recap on your left. Nasir Bailey, the lone Hawkeye, to get a W tonight.
Yeah, this is going to be a match where I look, what are the adjustments that the coaches are going to make, particularly the Penn State coaches. They know that Angelo Ferrari comes out there on his knee, right, and it really slows down the action, and he comes out of that when he gets up into a tie. It doesn't really, he's got great shots, but we tend not to see him till later in the match. So this type of action right here, I guess you got to be patient if you're, Rocco Welsh, because it's a little bit different than wrestling another 184-pounder that's going to stand up there with you, and then you can get to your head to the outside shots and your arsenal. But this is a unique guy that comes out there and doesn't create any elevation for you. And so can you snap down and get a go behind? I mean, what's the strategy? Are we going to see it?
Ferrari had that big win against Dustin Plott last February here inside Carver. Hawkeye place went crazy as he knocked off the Cowboy in sudden victory. Ferrari stays on that right knee. 135 remaining in the first.
And he's lightning quick here. When he decides to go, he can go to both sides. He's got a nice swing single, and he's got a darting shot to that back leg of Welsh as well. The left leg of Welsh. He likes to get there quite a bit, but Welsh is being cautious, not kind of moving into him. It's got to be frustrating.
Welsh,
sometimes frustrating to watch.
10-0, 7 bonus point victories from Waynesburg, Pennsylvania, 4-time finalist, 2-time champ at Waynesburg Central. No score, 2 minutes in. Ferrari's had some big wins at the national duels. He knocked off Aiden Sinclair of Missouri, 3-2 in the first tiebreaker. Zach Ryder of Oklahoma State, and then Dylan Fishback of Ohio State, 4-1 in sudden victories. Been in some close ones.
Well, close ones. I mean, they've all gone to overtime because most of the matches look like this, right? So there were some excellent scrambles in that match with Aiden Singler, the Missouri freshman. And his weight class is loaded with underclassmen that are just doing fantastic.
We'll see Max McAnally against Nebraska tonight. Friday Night Wrestling here on the Big Ten Network. Cornhuskers and Gophers in Minneapolis. Did you pick up anything, Jim, in that first period?
I pretty much described everything I thought I knew.
No score after one.
That's all I got.
Earlier tonight in the introductions, a lot of build-up.
Top on neutral to fur. Yep. Down.
Nobody breaking eye contact.
Go ahead, get set. Red, I'll call you on. Wait for me.
Nobody breaking eye contact.
That's good. I like that.
Absolutely. Ferrari goes on bottom.
You're on, Red. Little pause. Yep.
Welsh in making that final in 2024. He was a true freshman. That was after a third-place finish at the Big Tens. Made that final as a 6th seed. Stays on that single leg.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that's impressive with Angelo Ferrari. He is able to get out very quickly underneath. And you saw the flexibility that he has when you get onto his leg. I mean, he was in no danger of taking, giving a mat return in that situation. So, I mean, he is a special athlete.
Ferrari from Melissa, Texas. 4-time state finalist, 3-time champ. He won one in Oklahoma and a pair in Texas. And Ferrari is on the board with an escape. 1-0, the Hawkeye with the advantage.
That's a good counter to that. When the guy has his arm around your waist like that and he drops his head onto one side, come back with that whizzer, square up a little bit, took his time.
Of course, we'll see A.J. Ferrari tonight against Minnesota. If he gets the call, that is. He's on the team, of course. Ferrari back down to that right knee.
Engage.
Referee asking both athletes to engage.
A lot of wrestling in the neutral position. Rocco Welsh, in making that final a couple years back, won 3 straight 4-1 matches in sudden victory to make that final. So both these guys, Jim, they can grind.
They're patient. First little toe touch there by Ferrari. First one to get to a leg.
Welsh with choice in the third, trailing it 1-0. He'll go on bottom. Nebraska and Minnesota. Reigning national champion at 157 and Trail Taylor. What do you think he's listening to, Jim?
Good.
I don't know. Waylon Jennings.
I'm going to go maybe some Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, probably.
I love Snoop Dogg, but I know you love Snoop as well.
I like Snoop. I like him. I like Martha Stewart, who he's good friends with,
You got the D-O-double-G and the G-I-double-B.
Yeah.
Jim Gibbons.
1 red neutral.
1-1.
We got to score. We got to work the score.
One match. Do you see either one of these guys, Jim, with a sliver of an opening?
No, I really don't. I mean, if they don't wrestle at the same level like this, now you've got an opportunity for somebody to go ahead and, nice shot right there by Welsh, but I mean, the thing about Ferrari is that once getting in is just part of the equation. His ability to scramble, his ability to be a great athlete, square up on you. He got good go-behinds.
Action.
And at this stage in the match, Jim, these guys are slippery.
Yeah, they are, but I don't think anybody's real tired, but they are slippery.
56 seconds here in regulation.
Here we go.
You know, when you get in a match like this, Shane, it's almost like, okay, who's going to break first and just say, the heck with it, I'm going to go ahead and try to score and create that scramble situation. But as I mentioned before, you get on Ferrari's legs, I mean, just the scramble is just part of it. We saw that in the match he had with Aiden Sinclair. Looked like both guys were able to go ahead and you know, get scramble situations, able to score.
Warning green.
Warning green.
Stall call on Ferrari, his first.
Well, I think that's just a visual of just being on his knees and never being able to get to a shot. I don't know that Rocco's really done that much to maybe deserve that call, but you gotta, it's like this, 1-to-1, you gotta call somebody.
Welsh and Ferrari, 7 minutes. Not enough time to decide this one. Each guy with an escape. Riding time is erased. 2-minute sudden victory.
And the ironic thing about this is that you look at the men in both corners.
Let's go get one.
You know, on all corners. These were offensive coaches that really put up and lit up the scoreboard. Both Brands brothers, of course, and K.O., Cody, Lisa Cunningham. There's a shot there. One more.
Into an underhook.
Angelo Ferrari working a little bit more with that underhook.
Ferrari drops it on a single leg, but Rocco Welsh squares up with those heavy hips.
Yeah, he did
Do it in the middle.
a nice job right there, squaring up. Rocco showing some good defense of his own.
Work the score.
You'd hate to give up one of these big matches right here because you gave up a stall warning. So if you're Ferrari, you got to think about, be conscious about being on the edge of the mat, the outer third right there.
Ferrari is quick like a cat.
He is quick like a cat, but I'm impressed with Rocco Welsh's ability to circle out of that.
55 seconds in sudden victory. Shot there on the edge from Welsh. Next point wins. As I mentioned, Ferrari last February, that big win in sudden victory over Dustin Plott. Can he do it again?
Now notice how he's not going down to his knees right there. He's looking for his offense right now. So
Into a front headlock.
Yeah, tells you a little bit of something about what's going on here because he's been on his knees for 2 periods now, and now late in overtime he's not hitting the knee as much. So I think he has his offense from the feet. But he's chosen to go down to his knees.
Rocco Welsh awaits the Hawkeyes' return to the center of the Resolite. This one appears destined for the tiebreakers as the final seconds of regulation tip to 0. Here we go. 2 30-second tiebreakers wrestled in their entirety.
Red, your choice.
The disc comes up. Red.
Red defers.
Welsh
Green
defers. And Ferrari goes on bottom. And of course, this is where every single second of riding time plays a factor.
Wait for me.
No question about it. And so the drop down call is going to be huge, but who can go ahead and get a little bit of a breakdown? Look for Ferrari to just explode up right there. Quad pod, splitting the grip right there.
Ferrari to his feet, he goes whizzer.
1, 2, 3.
Welsh has that left ankle still in control, and he's going to get the stall call, but he will take that.
Yeah, he'll take that call.
And able to ride Ferrari for the first 15 seconds.
And now you got to change strategies, and sometimes you go ahead and go to the other side of the body, Shane, give him a different feel.
Wait.
30,000 eyeballs are zoned in on Welsh and Ferrari.
Looking for Ferrari. See, now he's sliding his laces under like that.
Good.
Okay.
Cover, you're on, Red. Yep.
He's going back to his quad pod stand-up. Right there, quad pod. Scoop the leg.
Ferrari works to his feet once again. There's a roll by the Hawkeye.
Good job of following here by Welsh.
There from Welsh.
Still red.
And Rocco Welsh is going to ride Ferrari for the 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
So now,
Red, your choice. Where are we going?
Do you go neutral? Have you seen that?
Right, listen,
seen that a lot.
we know there's 30 seconds of riding time. Let's go. What do you
I mean,
want?
they
Right?
wrestled
Top, bottom, or
7
neutral?
minutes basically on their feet.
Top, bottom, or neutral?
Make that 9 minutes on their feet for the most part, and nobody was able to have a legit scoring attempt.
Scoreboard was showing less than 30 seconds of riding time, but the official wants to keep this going. Nick Rossow.
Your choice.
Welsh was hit with stalling.
There's only 27 seconds of riding time because during that stall warning process, the riding time was stopped.
Good point.
27 seconds of riding time. So,
Keep rolling. Continuous wrestling. Go ahead, get set.
Man, how
Ferrari
critical
rides
could
out,
that
he
be?
wins.
Yes.
Wait for me.
If Ferrari rides him out 28
Wait.
seconds,
Yes.
he'll get the win.
Cover, you're on.
All right from Ferrari, staying right with Welsh after a roll.
Good job with that.
And Welsh skips away and takes the 2-1 lead.
Good anticipation by Welch, catching him dropping down to the ankle right there. 12 seconds left.
Clock's good.
Can Ferrari find some more magic? Rocco Welsh comes into Carver Hawkeye and takes down number 1. And of course, Jim, no Mo and Dean, no longer on the roster for the Hawkeyes. Tom Brand saying sometimes these things work, sometimes they do not. It did not work. We wish him the best. So it is Brody Sampson.
Do it in the middle.
They also have Harvey Ludington, a true freshman from New Jersey, as an option. First dual meet of his career, Brody Sampson. Welcome to the big show. Here's Josh Barr. Go get him, kid.
Let's wrestle the number 1 ranked guy. But you're at home, and you know, you've gone 50 seconds in the match so far, and you've stayed in the logo, and you haven't got taken down. So that's something you can build on. But Josh Barr, coming off of that fantastic freshman season that he had last year, you know, he just even looks all the better here this year.
Josh Barr is a 4 seed, made the national final. Fell to Iowa's Stephen Buchanan 5-2.
I'm still shaken from that last match, and I really can't believe it. The score was 2-1.
It was just tension.
Yeah,
I mean, every second
the whole
had
time.
tension.
Yeah,
Because you were just kind of waiting as to see who would ultimately pull the trigger, and it gets done on the mat. Josh Barr able to ride Ferrari 27 seconds.
No change.
And then he was able to get that escape and ultimately got the win.
Red, I'll call
Josh
you on. Wait for
Barr,
me.
8-0 this season.
Get there.
All bonus point victories, 5 tech falls, won the Southern Scuffle.
Good. You're on.
Late start to the season for the redshirt sophomore from Davison, Michigan. Was nicked up a little bit. He had that big win against Jacob Cardenas of Michigan. Cardenas got him at the Big Tens. And then he got Cardenas in the national semis, 5-3. 3-1 score, 2 minutes into this opening period here at 197. Barr, a 4-time state champ, part of 3 team titles. He won Fargo. Sampson, a really good athlete, multi-sport athletes at Ballard.
Dropped
multiple-time placer on the mat.
Dropped into a single leg right there as Barr. Of course, he's taking his time in this situation.
3
dropping
red.
that shoulder.
Red, you're in control.
The hamstring.
Improve.
Arm across.
1.
Collects
2,
his second takedown.
You know, and that's the one thing that we've seen the whole meet, Shane. guys that are scoring are getting in there. They're being patient, right? They're taking their time. They're always in good position to be able to go ahead and move a little bit forward. And sometimes they just wait, right, for their opponent to go ahead and make the mistake on the roll through or something like that. They're in a good position to be able to score.
Josh Barr with 2 takedowns gives Penn State 13 total takedowns to Iowa's 2. This Sunday, Seymour Wrestling live on Big Ten Plus when these Nittany Lions are in Evanston for a matchup with Northwestern. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on. See Casey Cunningham there to the right. Cale Sanderson, Nick Lee on staff, 2-time national champ for the Nittany Lions.
1 red neutral.
And Barr will add to his lead with that escape, make it 7-1. Josh Barr, 22-4 last season. Yeah. Slams that underhook, and Sampson went for it.
Absolutely.
Red, you're in control.
To the amazement and the pleasure of our crowd here. Now an assassin attempt right there.
And he's got him.
The reason why it's
so tight
is the head's off the mat right there. That's going to be called a foul.
Josh Barr gets the first pin of the night. Nittany Lions winning tonight. Have now beaten Iowa in 8 of 10. And their doomy streak continues. Consecutive victories for the Nittany Lions as they get number 79 here in Iowa City. Their last doomy loss was almost 6 years ago in this arena, January 31st of 2020. 2,177 days ago.
This is a big match for Keeter. He's been in a situation here, his hometown. A fan favorite when he gets it going, right? Mirasola, in his first, full year, varsity year right now, getting some experience. And what I've been impressed with him is that he's just not afraid to go out there and try to score some points either. Really good scrambler. You see these guys going clubbing hard with those collar ties.
Mirasola weighing in at 227, 238 for Keeter. Keeter, a 4-time undefeated state champion, 7th in Iowa history. Junior freestyle world champ, who was 21-9 last season in a great Big Ten tournament. He placed 3rd and then went to Philly as the 5 seed and took 8th.
Really had a great finish of his season.
Yes, he did.
Offense, fellas, offense.
I think a lot of that was he just found a way to win matches. I mean, they weren't a lot of takedowns, or found a way to ride really well, got out quickly. Kind of dominated his space, had some great matches with Nick Feldman at Ohio State. So now a shot there by Mirasola. Now he comes out the back door, scoops the bottom leg.
In good position to score here, Jim.
Yeah, he is. With his left leg, having that hooked, he's going to try to elevate. Keeter doing a really nice job.
No control.
You kind of got to go ahead and put both hands on the ankle right now if you're Mirasola. Just maybe pull him off that way. He's thinking about right now getting a neutral danger call.
Yes.
Right there, the official can see it, right?
Nothing yet.
And he's going to go ahead and do that. The problem with that, now he's got his head in the right spot to be able to go ahead and finish it. Of course, he lost that position. So now he's going to call stalemate. So that's a big win scoring opportunity for Mirasola. For Keeter, did a good job of defending there.
Friday night wrestling here on the Big Ten Network. Busy night in the conference. Nebraska and Minnesota coming up next in Minneapolis. Zach Mackey and Tim Johnson, the Cornhuskers and the Gophers. Short time in this first period.
Mirasola really working that head hard. Okay. He's been the more active wrestler in the tie-up. I mean,
Break, green. Top bottom neutral to fur.
In Minneapolis, Christopher Minto, an All-American a year ago at 165, now up to 174. That is minutes away Doubleheader on this Friday night. Friday Night Wrestling.
Christopher Minto, one of my favorite guys to watch. I mean, he just
Good cover.
the power that he had at 165 is there at 174.
Keeter goes on bottom in this second period. Mirasola 4-2 in dual meets.
Slow it down a little, okay?
Won the Black Knight Invitational.
You're on.
9 victories, 5 bonus point wins.
Don't look for Mirasola to try to ride. I haven't seen him do too much in this position. Covers the fingers. A little harassing, a little front trip. I like that.
And he remains in control. Whizzer from Keeter. And looking to square up and escape. And Keeter's on the board. Cole's twin brother Connor also wrestles at Penn State.
Keeter's had to put a lot into these tie-ups right now. See how he's coming out of his stance in the break. I think Mirasola's done a nice job of kind of making him a little bit weary here with those heavy collar ties. Now the ankle picks, getting him. You can get a guy tired just by making him react to your fakes and your shots.
Warning green.
Get the stall warning right there.
Work to score.
Stall call on the Hawkeye Keeter.
Now it's interesting because once you've got that stall call on the guy here, you got to expect his best shot. There's about a 20-second period here where you've got, okay, if he's any type of competitor, he's going to try to come back at me with a good shot. But Keeter has definitely come out of his stance.
Keeter's only loss this season was to younger State at 11-4. Now Keeter with his best opportunity.
This is where Mirasola for a lightweight here, light heavyweights, but able to go ahead to 125 type scrambling positions, and he scores.
Regular control.
Cole Mirasola with the takedown and the 3-1 lead. This is big here. 20 seconds left.
Stalling red. Work to stay on the mat, man.
Stall warning on Mirasola.
So each guy's been hit with a stall.
And you mentioned it, Shane, this last 15 seconds.
Big situation. Want to finish periods on top. This is big.
Bottom man set, cover.
Keeter was able to get to his feet relatively quickly and cover fingers. Right there, it comes up, covers fingers. Good job. Keeter in that situation. Good sequence for Mirasola, though.
Mirasola with a takedown in this second period. And the redshirt freshman takes a 3-2 lead to the third. Outstanding wrestler sponsored by Cliff Keen Athletic, Mitchell Messenbrink. Improved to 12-0. Got that late takedown for the major decision. All 12 victories on the season. Bonus points for Mitchell Messenbrink. He is your Cliff Keen Outstanding Wrestler as he beat Michael Caliendo for the 7th time in his career.
This is an area here where Keeter can take advantage of. There's a little bit more of his size and range in the top position, but I think he gets to his feet right there on contested release. So in order for Keeter to get back in this match, he's going to have to do it on the feet or get some stall calls.
Nebraska and Minnesota are underway. You can watch that on the Fox Sports app. We will get you right out to Minneapolis after this match with Mirasola and Keeter.
Heavy collar ties and the snaps and all the upper body work that you saw earlier in the match has kind of slowed down a little bit. Mirasola coming inside with that collar.
Down to 60 seconds in this third period. Riding time and on factor. Mirasola trying to knock off 5th-ranked Ben Keeter here in Iowa City.
If you're Mirasola, you just want to stay off the tracks. Maybe circle a little bit to the right, circle towards that lead leg. Just don't want to stay straight on with them there.
Work to score.
30 seconds have gone by, no shot.
30 seconds.
Shot there from Keeter from space. Collar tie for Mirasola. Guys are ear to ear late in this third period.
Work in the center. Warning
Another
red.
shot there from Keeter. That will draw a stall call on Mirasola. But up by 2, he's okay there. Can run for the hills.
You can't put on the skates too quickly here with 11 seconds left.
So that was a point.
Yes.
So that was the second stall call.
Yeah.
So with that being said, you got to keep possession, keep territory. Cole Mirasola, 4-3 over Keeter. That is a big win in the young career of Cole Mirasola. Picks up his 10th win of the season, 79 straight dual meet victories for the Nittany